Ben Merchant.
Of course he's bogan. What the fuck? Yes, he's bogan as fuck.
Jono Pryor.
Yeah.
Nick Mason.
Yeah, probably.
Jimmy Barnes.
No. But they should have got him for AC/DC. Don't you think he would have been a good fit for AC/DC?
Was he an option? Dave Mustaine.
I fucking love Dave Mustaine.
Someone told you you're a bogan.
Yeah, in high school.
Did you get what the reason why?
Because I listen to heavy metal. What the fuck's a bogan? Is it just someone who listens to heavy metal? Then everyone who likes a Metallica song is a fucking bogan. I don't think bogan's a fucking complimentary word at all. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax. They sold the most records. That's why they're the big four. Battery. I fucking love Lars, and without him, there's no Metallica, and heavy metal worldwide would be a completely different thing without him. It's cool that people get to see Pantera again, but to make new music and call it Pantera, even to play a gig, it should be called Pantera AD. Just getting everyone to turn up. There's more to it than that, but it's way easier to be introverted these days because you've got the whole world in your bedroom. If you can't turn up to practice, then we'll see you next week. Well, AI should be doing our jobs, not our hobbies. From a musician's point of view, no money's coming back from this anyway. And now I'm doing this fucking interview. Sitting there with Dave Lombardo, and he's talking to me. In my head, I'm just like, what the f? Every kind of music is awesome. It's the greatest. But heavy metal is just better than all of that. Being a part of something when you feel like you're part of nothing.
Who is Sam?
I'm Sam.
Cool. I'm gonna go straight to the bogan question, and then we're gonna go to the metal question. What you're up to next?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna say a name, few names. Tell me if it's a bogan or not. No right or wrong question answer.
Okay, bogan roulette.
Bogan roulette, kind of.
Okay.
If that's what you call it.
Okay.
If you don't know the person, we can skip. Lee Hart, that guy called TV.
No.
Jono Pryor. Jono and Ben. Jono Pryor.
Yeah.
Di Henwood.
No.
Jordan Locke, lead singer of Exponents.
I don't know what he listens to.
Clark Gayford.
I don't know what he listens to.
Anika Moa.
I doubt it, but I don't know what she listens to.
Jimmy Barnes.
No. But they should have got him for AC/DC. Don't you think he would have been a good fit for AC/DC? He could do he could do some good screams.
I agree.
Yeah. He could do that shit. What's his record collection like?
Were they looking for AC/DC before? Like vocals, or they haven't? I don't know historically. Was he an option?
Well, he's an Aussie.
So it's easier.
I don't think he was an option. I have no idea, but it seems like
he's more
get that guy. Not fucking Axl Rose. What?
I saw that one when he was singing for AC/DC. Like,
what's going on here?
I agree. Kind of like a disconnect. Ben Merchant.
I don't know who that is.
Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Ben Merchant.
Come on. Of course he's bogan. What the fuck? Yes, he's bogan as fuck.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd bogans. I don't know.
No?
Fucking Nick Mason.
Nick Mason.
Yeah, probably.
Slash.
I don't know.
Dave Mustaine.
I fucking love Dave Mustaine. I don't think you could call him a bogan. I don't think bogan's a fucking complimentary word at all. But does it just mean someone who's into heavy metal?
This is just my observation.
Yeah.
Right? Again, going back to the book that I've read. Most of bogans are into heavy metal. Some of them are into cars. Some of them they have like, what you call that hair? Mullet?
Mullets, yeah.
Yes. So that's the definition. And usually they are listening to metal, most likely classic metals like Metallica, AC/DC.
Yeah, driving Fords or Holdens.
Holden.
But I wouldn't call Dave Mustaine a bogan because he's not following anything. He's fucking leading the charge.
Leading the charge, yeah. You can remove everyone in Megadeth, and Megadeth is still Dave Mustaine, right? I feel like that's kind of...
Absolutely. He's the fucking man.
I agree. We might just skip the bogan question if that's kind of like a difficult question.
Oh, it's not difficult. It's just like, what the fuck's a bogan? Is it just someone who listens to heavy metal? Then everyone who likes a Metallica song is a fucking bogan.
Even the ones who are...
Not listening to Megadeth.
Have someone told you you're a bogan?
Yeah, in high school.
High school? Did you get what the reason why they call you a bogan?
Because I listen to heavy metal.
Probably that's it. I don't know. Like,
But it seemed like a derogatory term, you fucking bogan. I think, okay, whatever. Or munter. People used to say munter back then as well. It was like bogan or munter. It was like,
okay.
okay.
And then you accepted it. It's not in a good way.
But yeah, it didn't matter.
You don't care.
No, it's like, yes, I listen to that kind of music. Fuck off, everyone else.
Fair enough, fair enough. Let's go to metal instead. That's probably a good topic.
Yeah.
When did you start listening to metal?
Well, music. The music was always a part of my life. I remember when I was like 4, I think, and getting home in the parents' car, and Thriller had just come out, Michael Jackson. And I remember like rushing from the car to get inside to keep listening to the song. And that's when I realized, like, oh, when you turn the radio off, it keeps going. So you got to run into the house to hear what the fuck. Because I know everyone knows that when you turn the radio off, it keeps going. But when you're 4, you don't know that shit. But it wasn't so much a thing of when I started listening to metal, it was just being around music all the time. And Michael Jackson was the earliest memory of music I have. And then it was probably Dire Straits, the drumming from, what is it? Money for Nothing. Yeah. It was a dig-a-dig-a-dig, dig-a-dig. I remember Dad saying, come up, look at this. And we were standing like this far away from the TV. And that shit was happening. The drum solo, but with lights were coming on as he's hitting the drums, and it was like blah 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 blah. It's like fucking hell, drums is the coolest shit ever. And that's when I just wanted to become a drummer. But there was just music around all the time because Mum and Dad were into music, and then it just evolved into metal, and that was from. Well, Led Zeppelin. We grew up on Led Zeppelin. So it's like the beginning of heavy metal anyway.
Yeah.
And then Dad's younger brother had Iron Maiden shit. And so my older brother was like, what's the artwork? What the fuck is that? That's cool. And then so we just bought Iron Maiden albums because of the artwork.
What's the turning point for you to heavy metal? I know it
was Iron Maiden, yeah.
Iron Maiden.
Because I was into Led Zeppelin so hard, and I wouldn't listen to anyone else, and like listening to another band was like cheating on Led Zeppelin, so I just wouldn't like anything. But then I had Seventh Son, and it was like, it's too good. It's just so fucking good, you can't deny it. And then so that opened up all the other bands, like it's okay to like other bands. And then it was fucking a couple of years later, but Rust in Peace came out. Matt was into Metallica, and he had puppets, and when that was the latest album, and Justice came out, and it was cool, but I just didn't like it as much. And but when Rust in Peace came out, I was like, fuck that shit. But it was Iron Maiden that set me off into the metal.
Who's Matt?
Oh, my brother.
Oh, your brother.
Yeah.
So into metal as well.
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of playing drums, who influenced you?
John Bonham.
John Bonham. Okay.
Definitely, because Led Zeppelin was the beginning of everything. And Lars Ulrich as well, just because of Metallica's songs. We grew up playing Metallica songs.
What songs?
No Remorse, Seek and Destroy, Master of Puppets, Phone the Bell Tolls, Harvester of Sorrow, Left and Messiah. I can't remember.
Have you started playing like double bass?
Well, when I was 11, I did a paper run for the whole year when I was like 10, I think. And all the money just went to Mum and Dad, and we're like, we'll save for a drum kit, just keep all the money and then just fucking get me a drum kit. And then there's no way it was enough, but they put in the rest, and for Christmas I got a drum kit, and Matt, my brother, got a stack and a Les Paul. And then we were just playing, what's the song? Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, and just started jamming. And then, you just fucking fall in love with music. Because, like, it's just fun. And you're not having practice, you're not practicing, you're just like, let's have fun and play music.
Were you like did you formally study music, like drums, by yourself?
You just listen to music and go, I mean, with the drums, you can hear that's the snare drum and that's the bass drum, so fucking hit them then. And then, yeah.
Any other instruments that you were playing?
Back then,
Just drums.
yeah, it was just drums.
Now, if we are going to fast forward a little bit to Imperial Slave, what made you, that's too fast. 8 Foot Sativa.
Yeah.
You were a drummer. Is that your first band, like, when you started releasing albums? Is that your first band?
I was in Senate. Well, me and my brother jamming from that Christmas. We started a band and that turned into Senate. And then we were playing gigs with 8 Foot Sativa. And then their drummer wasn't working out and Senate wasn't working out. So, yeah. Actually, I just started drinking a lot of piss with Justin. And so we were like, yeah, let's be in a band. And so that's how that came about.
You used to live in Auckland, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is it like living in Auckland in a band? Is it a good culture in terms of metal back then?
Definitely, yeah. Like when we started in the early 90s, like 93, we started doing gigs at the Pod and just clubs around Auckland, and it was awesome. You could play on a Wednesday, Thursday night and people would come out because the beer was like $2.
So cheap.
Yeah, because it was 30 years ago. Like, people would go out. People don't go out now because everyone's got laptops and they're fucking sitting on their phone and beer's $200, so they don't fucking go out. But yeah, back then there was no distractions of devices and shit. People would go out and live their life.
When someone sings ballad and stuff, just lighters, right? Not.
I was trying to do that last night. We saw this Wasp cover band. They were fucking mean. Headless Children, go see them. Yeah, and no one had a lighter. I was asking people for a lighter.
No. Everyone stopped smoking.
Exactly, everyone's vaping, so you can't even get a lighter.
And when did you go to Berlin? Like, did you study there? I saw that in your profile.
Yeah, Senate, we'd done a few years just playing in New Zealand, and we'd played with big bands, played the Big Day Out, played with Slayer, played with Motorhead. And it was like, we're going to do anything. That's it. We've done as much as we can do here. So let's just go to Germany, because I knew that was... I'd been to Wacken Festival in like 99, just while I was traveling around. And it's like, that's the most fucking metal place. Let's just go there. So we just got one-way tickets. All of the band just got one-way tickets. We didn't have any gigs booked or anything. We didn't know anyone there. We were just like, let's just go and see what happens. It was dumb as fuck, looking back, but it worked out. We met these people who ran a hostel, and they'd let us stay there. And then so the other guys would like help clean the hostel, and I'd just go on the internet and try and book gigs. And we got the Vader and Marduk tour from that, just sending heaps of emails. You send like 100 emails and you get like 5 replies.
Right.
But one of those replies was that. And it was like, okay, sweet. Now we're going on tour with Vader and Marduk. It was insane. And then, so we did that. We recorded another album in Sweden. We came back to New Zealand to release the album. And then we went back again. And then it kind of dissolved. And I just stayed in Berlin. That's when I studied there. I got a scholarship for SAE. That was awesome.
What's SAE?
The School of Audio Engineering.
Right. You're an audio engineer.
Yeah.
In terms of recording, you have an idea on how, when you released your Imperial Slave, it was you who did the engineering.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to not pay someone else to record it.
If you can do it, why
Yeah.
not? What's the most difficult part of recording, like as an artist?
Getting everyone to turn up. Yeah, just getting everyone to turn up. It's not difficult. You put a mic there, and I mean, there's more to it than that. But it's just getting committed people who are on the same page that want to do the same thing.
How do you do that? Like as you being in Imperial Slave, how do you make sure that everyone from your, can I just say the band, or can you call them family?
Yeah, absolutely.
Will turn up or will be at the same page or same values, should I say?
Yeah, definitely. We're all on the same page. Yeah, everyone wants to fucking make an album. Do it well. Some people fucking have other shit they have to do and you've got to work all that into it, but you just make it happen or just make it work between each other. But yeah, we've been lucky having the same lineup since we started because everyone's just into it, on the same page. Let's fucking play heavy metal.
Are they all from Palmy?
Yeah. Some of them live in Wellington now, but when we formed, they were all in Palmy.
How do you make that work if you are in Palmy?
Doesn't fucking work.
It doesn't? Like someone lives in Wellington?
Yeah, I can't go to practice today because I fucking lived in Wellington.
Is there a way that we can, I don't know, I feel like...
That's fine. Like, then the other three of us just work on the new stuff. So, yeah, we just work on the music, and then when they can show up, we keep it going. It works just because we all love what we're doing. Everyone has their own life and shit, but it's like we're doing something special for our lives, and it's working. So, yeah, everyone makes the time to make it happen. And if someone can't do it, the others fill in and keep it going.
Do you do online? Like, I saw someone doing online practice, like someone from, I don't know, from this location, and then they have Zoom stuff.
No.
It doesn't work?
No.
It don't work?
If you can't turn up to practice, then we'll see you next week.
Right. Is it every week, like once a week?
Yeah. That's the plan. Doesn't always work. But yeah. There's some of us will be there. If someone can't make it, then we'll just work on the next song or whatever.
Right. Who writes the song mostly?
This time, for the new album, it's mostly Ants. And yeah.
And going to singing, how do you project your voice? Like, for example, I'm going to sing like, Who is Sam? Then how do you like, obviously they're gonna start making their riffs, right? And then are you gonna follow the riff, or is the riff gonna follow you the way you want it to sound like?
We always follow the riff. Like, the riff is the most important thing. The riff is the song, and then you base the song around the riff. Everything's riffs, like, yeah, that comes first. There's been a couple of times that I've had a vocal line and then you write the riff around that, but most of the time, everything's about a guitar riff. Like, it's guitar music, and that's the catchiest, coolest thing. It's going to be the guitar. And then you write around that, fill in the gaps with the vocals, or do that, fill in the gaps.
They call it, what's the most bogan thing you've done? What's the most memorable thing that you've done, or maybe what's the most kind of like prank, if you did some prank and stuff that you can remember?
I don't know. A prank.
No, if you didn't do anything like that, that's okay.
Oh no, I've done but there's been so many. With Sinead, it was the most fucking maddest band. The 4 members of the band were just ruthless alcoholics, and the crew as well. It wasn't just the members. The crew of another 3 or 4 people. Yeah, it was like a 8-9 piece band because of the crew. Yeah, we did so many things. Like Colonel, the old bass player, he used to collect fireworks and then just make explosives out of the fireworks, like chop up, what do you call those things where you just put it there and it's all whoosh.
Oh yeah, is it a fountain, something?
Yeah, some fucking fire fountain or a skyrocket, or he'd just cut them up and then just compress them all together and tape them up, and then we just blow shit up. It was fucking insane. And yeah, the Senate days were definitely the most ruthless, crazy days that we had in a band. It wasn't really me, I was just there going, that's funny. It was kind of...
Any interesting place or places that you've played with or you've been to for a gig? What's the most, if you can only choose one? I know most of the gigs you've played will be like memorable, but if you can only choose one, no right or wrong answer.
With Imperial Slave, Netherlands, we did a show in the Netherlands with Flesh God Apocalypse, and it was fucking huge. Big hall. We were the first band on, and it was like packed straight away. But the big day outs, man, we played the big day outs with Senate and 8 Foot, and they were the best. They were just the greatest fucking days, because we would always play early, play first or second, and then you'd have 12 hours of bands of all different genres and the biggest bands in the world. Yeah, they need to bring the big day out back.
Oh yeah, that's the one that just got cancelled, right?
More like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the other one just here in Melbourne. Sorry. Yeah.
I was at Homegrown.
Homegrown. Do you think metal as a scene in New Zealand is growing, or do you think it's stagnant, or what's your point of view?
I don't know. It's hard to tell, because what I was saying before about just people sitting at home on their laptops, and it's way easier to be introverted these days because you've got the whole world in your bedroom. Whereas before you'd have to go out and see what's happening. Now you can just fucking watch the world on a laptop or on your phone. And people delve way too into that. That becomes their life. And it's not fucking life.
Do you think that's, for you personally, you don't like just sitting in your bedroom, like you want to go out, right?
Yeah. Well, like being a musician, I just fucking hate the internet. I use it every day. And it's a toxic bunch of shit. But it's ruined the music industry. It's ruined fucking heaps of other industries, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. You can have your music out to everyone. You can put your music on there and someone in fucking Liverpool or the other side of the world can hear it. But you'll never make money again by putting all your time into it. And people are like, fuck it, why do you have to make money? It's like, you work at McDonald's. You fucking have to make money. That's why you do that. So, yeah. You need to make money with how you spend your time. And now that's not a fucking viable option for musicians anymore.
AI, what's your point of view with AI? I saw someone write a death metal song with AI, and like, okay.
Well, AI should be doing our jobs, not our hobbies. Like, clean the fucking dishes. Don't write my music. But I've got no problem with, I mean, from a musician's point of view, do the artwork, okay? I used AI with my artwork. Cool. No money's coming back from this anyway. And then we've got to pay an artist like $2,000 to do this shit. I love art. It's different, I guess, if you talk to a musician or an artist. Yeah.
What's the difference between the two, musicians and artists?
Well, if it's AI, like, yeah, if the AI is making music, I'm like, fuck off. Why are you taking our hobbies away? And the same with an artist. As a band, we've got to use AI to make our album cover because it's costing more than the fucking music does. And he's going, fuck off, that's my art. And now someone's taking it away. Like, AI should be doing the dishes and taking the rubbish out, not taking our hobbies away. But it's like anything, like when Photoshop came out, people were like, no, don't use that new technology. When electricity came out, people were like, silent killer. Everyone has to adapt to whatever technology is happening. So whatever, use it however you want. But
There's a limit, right?
yeah, get it to take the trash out and do the dishes and shit. Not make our music and do our artwork.
Your music is your experience, how you see the world, right?
And what the fuck, who cares about anyone's music from an AI computer that's just, a computer made this up by taking all of everyone's music and spitting it out this other way. And that's how artists would feel about artwork as well, I guess. But you've got to embrace new technology. There's ways to use it. I don't know what the ways to use it are. But it's going to be a helpful thing that's going to be part of everyone's life eventually. And it'll just be a normal thing, I guess.
Have you written a song? Like lyrics and the music itself?
Yeah.
What is your inspiration in doing so? Like, what are your like moment of like, oh, this is a good song, I'm gonna write it down?
Just life. I don't know. Anything can happen, or you can hear anything or think of anything and write it down. Something builds from an idea. It's different. Heaps of songs come from different places. There's no formula or like it works like this every time. Sometimes you have an idea that is good, that grows into something, and then it starts turning into a song. Sometimes it's like you think it's really good and it's like, yeah, that's kind of shit. But you just got to keep doing the process. I think it's mindset. If you're always thinking about reasons to make a song. So if someone says something or you hear something on a documentary or a show, if you hear a sentence or you hear a melody and you try and turn it into something else.
Right. How do you compose yourself? Like, I understand that when you hear something, you start writing it down, but in terms of like, you've written a song, now you have your band, and they will need to learn the song that you've written. How does that work?
Well, with the first album, we just have the guitarist and I'd just show him that it goes like this, and they'd write it down. And here's the other guys, this is how it goes. But now with, what do we use now? Fucking Guitar Pro.
Guitar Pro.
Yeah. And it goes, boop, 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 boop. It does all the funny sounding notes. You can just write it, type it into it. I'm crap at it. But Ants is real good at it, and Isaac's real good at it. So yeah, we just do that now. Use Guitar Pro. And all the songs sound like, boop, 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 boop. It's fucking awful. I liked just getting a 4-track and just record this and then record that and then go, this is how the song goes.
Back in the day, I saw Metallica record their studio album, but they're recording it one by one. Like Lars will do the drum, Kirk will do his thing, and then they will just mash it up. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, I'm just curious, like, why can't we just play everyone at the same time and record that?
Because it's someone's going to make a mistake. If one person makes a mistake, you've got to do all that. Everyone has to do it again. So you just lock in the drums, get the foundation of the song or the shit you're creating, get that locked in, and then put everything else on that, and then get everyone's perfect take, and then make that the song.
Then what you call it, stack it up.
Yeah.
Right. I was always curious about it. Like, why can't they just do it? Now I get it. Like.
Well, yeah, they used to when they only had 4-track machines. They just like the first Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin album was like, there's the microphones, play the album. That's their album, and then they could do a few overdubs or whatever with vocals or lead guitar. But with how precise metal's gotten, like death metal or black metal or fucking anything, it's just so precise that you've got to get, okay, just make sure the drums are perfect and then put the guitars on it and the bass and yeah, it's not, because it sounds like that's just a band playing.
Right.
There was a band, we press record, and that's what it sounds like. No, that's not how it works at all.
How long does it take for you to write a full-length album? Like, how long does it take for the recent Imperial Slave?
Well, we want to do a new album every 2 years.
Every 2 years, right.
But you're not writing the whole time. What are you doing? Organising tours and organising the pressing, and you're always trying to write shit, even when there's no purpose or reason. You're writing riffs, you're making up shit. And then when the good ideas come out, you're like, let's turn this into a song. Some of them are good, some are fucking awful. It's just a way of life more than, okay, we got to make an album. It's like, I'm just writing riffs because I got home from work and playing the guitar. That'll turn into something good. That was awful shit. It's just playing music, and some of it's good and some of it's awful. And you use the good ones to try and be in a band.
Big four: Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth.
Fuck yeah.
Are you in agreeing with that? If there will be big five, what's your fifth option?
Whoever sold the 5th most records.
Is it by records, you think?
It is. Yeah, that's the only reason they're the big four, because they were the bands that sold the most records.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, most people don't know that. It's dumb as fuck. But Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax were the biggest selling thrash metal bands. So that's why they became the big four. And everyone's like, oh, my big four, blah, blah, blah. There's no such thing as your big four. They sold the most records. That's why they're the big four. So I guess it would be Testament. They probably sold the 5th most records. Like Exodus is the band that's in with those guys that was there earlier, but it's not about that. It's about record sales. And I think Testament would have probably sold more than Exodus.
Right. Okay, that's one of my options as well. Either there are only like 3, like Overkill, Testament, and Exodus. So Testament.
For me, it'd be Suicidal Tendencies. Like they were the band that was around at that time that was cooler than anyone else. But whether you can call them a thrash band or not, they definitely had thrash albums. But yeah, saying your big four or his big four is like, there's no such thing. Who sold the most albums? That's everyone discounts Anthrax. It's like they shouldn't be in there. Well, they fucking sold the most records. That's why they're there. They're the 4th biggest selling thrash metal band of all time. So I guess there's a lot of people that like Anthrax.
Another interesting question, no right or wrong answer. Pantera, the current set, the current members, like even Zakk Wylde. Are you in agreeing if they will be releasing an album, it's still gonna called Pantera?
No, I love that Pantera's music is being played to the masses again. That's beautiful. If I heard of 4 complete unknown strangers that were going to play a Pantera gig down at the pub, I'd go. But this one has Phil and Rex in the band. So yeah, I'd definitely go. But to make new music and call it Pantera, even to play a gig, it should be called Pantera AD. It's cool that people get to see Pantera again, but in 20 years, when you're going to say, I saw Pantera, it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah. You're lacking Vinny and Dime.
It's like Sepultura. With like, imagine back in '94, and then we say in 2025 we saw Pantera and Sepultura, but Vinnie Paul and Dimebag Darrell and Max and Igor weren't in. That's the whole reason for those bands, was those brothers, and they've got nothing to do with it. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Just like saying Motorhead, let's regroup and play Motorhead without Lemmy.
That's fucking, like, that will never come up because that's just insane. But it's that crazy.
I agree.
But it's cool seeing the footage of people, like masses of people enjoying that music because it's fucking amazing music. So that's cool. I like that. But making new music, like, no way. You can't call that Pantera and include it in this fucking
Album.
Yeah, in this legacy of Pantera. No. But everyone can do whatever they want. Who knows? Yeah. I'd be disappointed, but it doesn't matter what I think.
I agree. Yeah, I'll be disappointed as well. It's like, for me, my analogy there is like buying a perfume that is inspired by, but it's still a knockoff perfume, right? People might hate it, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. There's no Vinny, there's no Dime.
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy.
I saw your Mammoth TV. You've interviewed a whole bunch of metal personalities, like these are international metals and stuff. Which, if you can select a memorable interview, which is the one that you're gonna pick, and then why?
The first one I got was Dave Lombardo. It's like he's my favorite drummer of all time. John Bonham, and then Dave Lombardo. And that was fucking insane. Just getting to talk with your hero for 20 minutes, half an hour. It was just fucking insane.
How did you do that? Like, how does it feel for you to talk to your hero, and how did you do that?
I just wanted to start interviewing people because I was living in Berlin and Sinead had, some of them had gone home. I was like, I'm just obsessed with metal, so I want to do something. And I was listening to an interview with Chris Barnes, and he was really appreciative of the person who was interviewing him. At the end of the interview, he's like, thanks for keeping this going and being a part of metal and blah, blah, blah. I was like, fuck, I want to interview bands. Like, who's coming next? And Dave Lombardo had just been with his new band, Film. That's really unknown. Most people still don't know Film. But he's trying to fucking build something up. So I messaged the manager. I just went to their Facebook page and just messaged them like, can I interview you? Hi, I'm nobody from anywhere. Can I please interview you? And they were like, can you show us some of your other interviews that you've done? It's like, no, I haven't done anything. But because I was sponsored by Peisty Cymbals, and he was as well, so I just messaged the
Peisty guy?
Yeah. The Peisty guy said, I'm in talks with Dave Lombardo's management about doing an interview, after they had already said no. Or, you know, if that works out, could we use the logo and blah, blah, blah. And he said, yeah, fucking sweet, do it. Christian Wenzel. So then I went back and messaged them saying Christian Wenzel from Peisty is like all for it. He says we can use the logo and blah blah blah, and they're like, okay.
Nice.
And it was like, okay, so now it's done. And now I'm doing this fucking interview. Sitting there with Dave Lombardo, and he's talking to me. In my head, I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? How is this happening? But just trying to keep it cool. Blah, 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 blah.
You ever starstruck?
Oh, man, it's fucking Dave Lombardo. What the fuck? Yeah. Totally starstruck. But, and then after I did that, so if I message anyone else, can I do, and the next one I got was Max Cavalera. So, can I interview you? I've interviewed Dave Lombardo. So I was like, sweet as, okay.
Why not?
Yeah. So like, oh, you interviewed him, fucking sweet. And then it just turned into a run of like Scott Ian, Steve Harris, Danny Filth, fucking.
Yeah, I saw Danny Fields like, what? Danny Fields?
Yeah. Yeah, and it just turned into this run of heaps of fucking interviews because of that. So much fun.
Have you seen when Dave Lombardo replaced temporarily Lars Ulrich?
Oh yeah.
It was so cool. Like,
Battery. It's just, and James is like,
we got Dave Lombardo.
so happy for them.
That was so nice.
Oh man, it's good. But I fucking love Lars, and without him, there's no Metallica, and heavy metal worldwide would be a completely different thing without him.
Completely messed.
And everyone who gives him shit is a fucking idiot.
Like they have different, kind of like they shifted their genre. They're still metal, but no longer like thrash. Like some people don't like it, some people like it, but music is music.
Exactly, music is music, and the biggest bands in the world usually they don't stick to a genre. It's like locked into this one thing. Like Led Zeppelin would play folk, or blues, or the heaviest shit you've ever heard at the time. You've got to be open to everything, and if you're just one fucking thing, you're not going to get very big. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to just play death metal and not get very big because I just want to play death metal. But there's always going to be, the piano thing we were talking about before, or
What's the title of the sonata? What's the title? The piano thing that you did?
Blood Moon Sonata.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're always going to do shit like that because I like other styles of music. I like mellow shit as well. But we're a death metal band. But there'll always be one song that's just acoustic or piano or some other shit that's just about music. Because it's all about music. People say heavy metal this or fucking different genres and blah, blah, blah. It's just music. Music rules. And it's the best shit that life has to offer, I reckon.
Do you believe in catharsis?
Yeah, well, yeah. Anything that heals you, well, that's catharsis.
What's the lowest point you were into and you used metal to heal you?
Nice question.
You don't have to answer if you don't.
No, yeah. My breaking up with my wife was the lowest point, and it was smoothed out because of music. I was living in the west of Ireland in a fucking village with nothing but an acoustic guitar, and that's when I started writing what turned out to be the first Imperial Slave album, just having a acoustic guitar.
Do you remember what music you were listening to at that time? What song or?
I wasn't listening to any music. I was just in a house with a guitar.
Just a guitar.
Yeah. With a shitty acoustic guitar and trying to write heavy metal riffs. Well, not trying to, I fucking did it.
Oh, you did it with Imperial Slave. Who came up with the name? That's a nice name, Imperial Slave.
I did.
What's the inspiration behind the name? How did you come up with it? Like,
The meaning of it is different from the inspiration. Like the inspiration was Mandalorian, the TV series, The Mandalorian, Star Wars. I fucking love Star Wars. And when Mandalorian came out, I was like, I want to call my band whatever the name of his ship is. What's the name of his ship? And it was fucking, what was the name? It was like Razor Crest or something. I was like, that's a fucking awful name. I'm not doing that. And then I was just thinking of different characters from, what am I talking about?
Imperial Slave name.
Yeah, but the TV series?
Mandalorian?
Yeah. And one of them was a slave from the Empire. I was like, I don't know if that ever said Imperial Slave, but he was a slave from the Empire, and they just locked in. And I thought, that's a fucking cool name. But like what we sing about, or the whole concept of the band has nothing to do with Star Wars. It's like, it's about, we're all Imperial slaves. Like there's a American Empire is what's happening now, and nobody calls it that. But in the future, it'll be looked back on as the American Empire, because they're fucking ruling the world right now. And it's fucked up. It's so fucked up how the world is run. And everyone's in debt on purpose. It's designed to be that way. To keep everyone in debt and to keep people stupid and to keep people uninformed. We're all imperial slaves.
Right.
And that's how it is.
Cool. That's a story. Now you're giving me goosebumps.
It's true though, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's why. It's fucked up. It's only going to get worse.
Especially with inflation right now. Inflation and...
Well, that's never got better. Remember inflation 10 years ago? Well, it's way worse now. And it's going to be way worse in 10 years. And it's only going to get worse. We're living in a good time now compared to what's coming up.
If you're going to be a prime minister for a day, what law will you pass?
For one day, it won't matter because they'll fucking change it back to their own ways the next day. But if it meant something, what law would you pass? You change the whole system. You change the whole fucking system. Like having a two-party system is just a joke. Because if like 40% of the people voted for this one, but 30% voted for this one, but another 20% voted for this one, or these other ones, it's like that's most of the people who are against that one, but that's the one that gets in.
Because they got more...
Because it's just a two-party system. It's fucking... I don't know. What was the question?
What law will you pass? Or, yeah.
What law would I pass?
Remove everyone from the party. I don't know. I'm just making things up.
I don't know. Everyone should do what they want anyway. As long as you're not hurting people, do what you want. Fuck the laws. Fuck politics. It's all just a bunch of shit. Just do whatever you want and don't hurt anyone. I don't know what I'd do with the laws. I don't know.
If heavy metal has a contribution to society, what do you think that is and why? What's the contribution, to keep it short, what's the contribution of heavy metal to...
Freedom. Escape. Being a part of something when you feel like you're part of nothing. For some people, yeah, I don't know. Some people are alone and they feel really alone, and then they hear this kind of shit and they connect to it, and then they realize there's a whole community of it. But for me, it's just like, it's the coolest sounding music. It just sounds better than any other music. And I love music, but that's the best one. It's the best out of all the music. But music rules all. I fucking love like Sade and George Michael and Dire Straits and Beethoven and fucking David Bowie. Every kind of music is awesome. It's the greatest. But heavy metal is just better than all of that. It's just better. But it's just personal opinion. Anyone else has their personal opinion, it's like fucking cool, go do that.
If I will use the word bogan again, in the assumption that bogans listen to metal, I don't know, there's no right or wrong answer. You feel free to not answer if you don't want to. Can you unbogan yourself?
Well, if the meaning of being a bogan is listen to heavy metal, then no.
No.
What, that means I have to stop listening to heavy metal?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
What is heavy metal?
Fucking, that's what the fuck. Drums, guitar, yelling, bass. It's so much. It's a way of life. It's a sound, an energy. I don't fucking know. That's deep.
Deep.
What is heavy metal?
Okay.
But it's fucking life, man.
Can we go back to that Wacken thing when you went to Wacken? What's the culture like in Wacken?
It's like New Year's Day, where everyone loves each other.
No exceptions.
No.
How many days is that for you when you started with Wacken, when you watched?
The first time was 99, so it was the 10th anniversary of Wacken. It was only like 30,000 people. It was small, but Cannibal Corpse, 6 Feet Under were playing, and Napalm Death and Sinister, and fucking heaps of other bands. But that's the vibe. It's like everyone's on the same page. You meet a complete stranger and it's New Year's Day. You're like, ah! How good is this? You know, when you're walking around on New Year's Day and everyone's like, Happy New Year. It's that. Everyone's fucking on the same page. Going, ah, we're doing this. This is awesome. Yeah. It's that kind of vibe. Now it's like 100,000 people. You can't even fucking find your tent. Last time I went, you set up your tent. Okay, let's go to the stage. Fucking blah, blah, blah. Drink heaps of piss. And then all the bands are finished, fucking wasted. You go back to the tents. Like, where the fuck is my tent? It's just a sea of campsites. And you're like, I don't know where I live. I can't remember the question.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, any advice to younger musicians or young musicians if they want to go to that path?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
If they want to fucking do it, they'll do it. If they hear me say something, it's not going to make them do it. They're going to do it anyway. So, yeah. When people are saying, you should do this and you should do that, it's like, no, those people are going to do it anyway. Anything I say is not going to go, oh, okay, now I'll go do this. You were going to do it anyway, or you weren't going to do it anyway. So, no.
Okay. So what's next for Imperial Slave?
We've got the New Zealand tour coming up in May, playing with Massacre. Fucking stoked.
Nice.
We're playing with Massacre. That's insane. And then Dunedin Death Fest, Christchurch, Wellington, Palmy, and then we're going to Europe and playing Metal Frenzy Festival. We're playing with Nile again, that we played with in Japan in October. So it'd be cool to see them. And then a few other festivals in Czech Republic and Slovenia, and then a few shows in Ireland. And then we'll come back in July and do the next album. And find out what's happening next.
Nice. If we go back to those international bands that you played with, how is it like for you? Like, are they...
It's the greatest. It's the coolest. Like, playing with bands that I was listening to as a teenager, it's like, they're right there. They're right there. And we just played on that stage with them. It's like insane. It's like, how did it turn out like this? I'd just be sitting in my bedroom listening to these records going, fuck, I love this, I love this. And then they're there and we're on the bus or whatever. It's like, how the fuck did this happen? I love it. It's cool playing in different places, but it's cooler the bands you play with, to be able to play with other bands that you've grown up listening to. It's fucking insane.
Another question that just came out. How does it feel playing with international bands versus local bands? What's the kind of different in terms of vibe?
With the international bands, sometimes it's like what I was saying before, you've been listening to them the whole time and you fucking love them. Sometimes it's an international band that you've never fucking heard of. You just, okay, we're doing this gig. With local bands, there's good cunts that you know from Wellington or Christchurch or Auckland. It's like, yeah, fuck, we're playing with their mates. And it's more camaraderie, like, let's fucking play a gig and then go get hammered.
I won't take your time much longer. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
I mean, I appreciate it too.
I enjoyed talking about metal and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Fucking thanks, man.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers to the library, whatever library we're in.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm Sam.
Nice.
Ba 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 ba. Testing.
Should be okay. Right.
Am I good?
You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Thanks.
go.
It's not balanced.
Can you fucking hear me?
I can. Back then when Metallica's recording.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sure.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you so
No
much.
worries, no worries.
Have a good day.
You too.
Back in the day, what's my question? Metallica. Okay, I'll let you drink.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Secret. This is my kind of secret haven.
It's a secret.